welcome to Political Forum in Cyprian TV, and we have our host here, our guest Mokwa Times, and don't forget to subscribe. So today, I just want us to discuss about Matiang'i, Maraga, and Morara. Since these three people, they are coming from Kisii region, I've seen so many comments in our political videos. Some are supporting Morara Kebaso, some are supporting Maraga, some are supporting Matiang'i. As you Mokwa Times, what can you say, or what can you talk about these three people?
Now, first of all, this is a very interesting topic, Cyprian. Let me tell you this. In the Kenyan politics, to vie for presidency, there are three things you need. Number one is the financial muscles to campaign, and campaign very well to win the presidency. And generally, the financial aspect is very huge, because you need to brand yourself, have a party, sometimes even fund the lower politicians to ensure at least you've gotten enough political muscle to challenge even after taking the presidency. Now, another thing that you need there, it is a base, a political base, a support base, where you are sure that before I go to the rest of the country, I have this base that is purely mine. Thirdly, you also need to have what you call some character and a popularity. The character for you to be the leader in this country, and the popularity across. People just loving you across. People saying that, talking about you positively. Now, let me talk about the three leaders. Let me also add by saying that it is time for the Gusii region to produce a leader. It's them to lose it. And if they lose it right now, I don't think there'll be any other time. So, right now, if the Gusii community organizes itself well, it will produce a president, not because they're a huge tribe. It's because they have produced some good political figures in the country. People or characters who have shown some integrity and performance, which is lacking in this country. Now, secondly, right now in William Ruto's time, there are two things that is failing. William Ruto has failed completely. Number one, it is respect to the constitution. Number two, it is service delivery. When we take the three figures that we have in this country, that is Matiang'i, Maraga, and Morara, they both have their strengths, and we are going to look at whether they really match, or they are really going to solve some of these problems that William Ruto has already shown. Now, let me start with the Morara being the youngest. First of all, I talked of financial ability. The first thing we can say that Morara is not wealthy to campaign and win the presidency unless Kenyans decide to support him. Decide to contribute the way he asked for money last time. People contributed for him, and he managed to do some things. Of course, he has not given the accountability maybe report, but that is how he can only raise money. Because for you to have money, you must have some friends who are ready to finance you, both locally and internationally, which he lacks. Now, but he can raise money. I don't deny that. Number two, it's about the political or maybe support base. See, I talked about that. On the support base, Cyprian,
yes.
On the support base, we are saying this. Morara, he has a support base that he needs, the youths of this country. He needs youths to support him, first of all. Because he says he does not want anything to do with the tribe. So he needs youths. But if you look at it right now, Morara does not have the youths with him. He does not have the youths. Why? Immediately he became famous or maybe popular in the country. He did not go for the youths who supported him. He has never voiced himself strongly in support of the youths. He only speaks about his character and the problems in the country. But associating himself to the youth, he has not. Even in the things that he has been conducting across the country, let's call over the Morara Vampire Diaries, he has not talked about the youths, but is pointing out the problems that are within the government, which is okay. But for him to go to the ballot, first of all, he needs to have the youths with him. I've not seen any effort from Morara Kebaso to try and reach out the youths so that he can be able to do what? To have a political base. So he has not created one. The youths of this country, if they come together to one leader, he'll be able to win very early in the morning. But because he has failed to go for the youths, he's almost 50% failing to become the president of this country. Because you need a political base, a region or a group that you are sure this is going to vote for me. Another thing, when it comes to the 2022 general elections, people voted based on tribes. If in 2027, we are going to vote against in support of, based on the tribes, Kenyan politics being tribal, Morara Kebaso does not have a chance. Why? I've conducted a few examinations, a few interviews here in Gusii, and people don't know Morara Kebaso. it's only youths on Twitter and X who know him. But when it comes to Twitter, X, and let's say social media platforms, only those are the youths who know him. Most of the youths of this country do not know Morara Kebaso. Not just youths. If you go down to the villages, people don't know who is Morara Kebaso. So therefore, that becomes a problem for him. Considering he has been only famous probably in 4 or 5 months, I don't think he is strong enough to go for the presidency. Another thing I want to tell you is this. Morara Kebaso, ever since he became popular, his popularity has been going down. Meaning there's something that is happening with Morara Kebaso that is not good. Either he has decided to bottle his ambitions, or he has decided to probably work with a certain group. So far he has aligned himself with 1 or 2 groups, and probably they have already blanketed, they have covered his ambitions. But the fact is something is not right. If you realize that your popularity is going down, then there's a problem. How do you tell his popularity is going down? No more media interviews that he used to go, so many of them, perform, speak, and so many things. People have started ignoring him. Morara could go to various platforms, people celebrate him. Right now, there's nowhere he has gone to. Also, you can notice that that group that was around him, including Dr. Engineer Kimori, they are now no longer with him. That means there's something wrong going on with Morara Kebaso that is reducing his popularity. Also, considering that he was known from X and other platforms like TikTok, Morara Kebaso is not popular anymore again. We have to be realistic about that. There's something he needs to correct to get back to the limelight. So that is why I say it is not Morara Kebaso's time. But he can decide and a miracle can happen. Considering just 6 months in popularity, it's not enough to prepare so many things about being the president. And I want to say categorically here, I think also experience cannot be ruled out when it comes to being a president in this country. And I can also say that we have to be realistic when we are talking about the presidency. But Morara can be very crucial in the coming government if he gets a certain seat to help in delivery of various projects in the country. Let me go to Maraga himself. Maraga was a chief justice. When it comes to the financial muscles, Maraga could have maybe having friends who can be able to finance him, but I don't think he's at the level to get billionaires to decide to support his campaign. Number one. Unless Kenyans are touched, especially youths, to vote for him. Now, number two, he can also do contributions, just like Morara Kebaso, and get money on board to help him in doing the campaigns across the country. When it comes to the support base, Maraga can become a president in this country very early in the morning if the spirit of 25th June 2024 is revived. If those youths revive their spirit once again, whereby you were seeing in Eldoret, people demonstrating and saying Ruto must go, or reject the finance bill. Youths in Mombasa doing the same thing. Youths in Kisii here doing the same thing. Youths in Nairobi doing the same thing. In Nairobi as equally doing the same thing. Then Maraga will become the president of this country very early in the morning. Why? He has never been in any corrupt case. He has always been himself. He has not been any political alignment. So he has been himself, and that is the leader. If we follow the conditions they were talking about, he fits there comfortably. So Maraga only depends on that when it comes to the political base. If it comes to the tribal that people used to use in 2022 and other elections, Maraga does not stand a chance. Why? In Kisii here is not the most popular on the ground. That's the first one. Secondly, across all other tribes, is not very popular, but is known to be someone with integrity. If you look at somebody like William Ruto, he was elected by the Kikuyu community plus the Kalenjin majorly to become the president of this country. If Maraga wants also to win, he needs to go to Central Kenya and other tribes that are solidly able to vote. You know, there's a group that can vote. Kisii here, we divide our votes. But there are tribes that can decide to vote for you. He has not created a good relationship with some of these big tribes. If he does do so, then we can say that Maraga can become a president. But so far, it does not stand a chance because first, the spirit of 25th June 2024 hasn't been revived. Secondly, Maraga does not have also the financial muscles. Thirdly, on delivery of services, I don't think he's able to deliver that much because we've not seen him do it when it comes to the political level. He has not been tested on that. And also, we cannot see so many things or transformation that happened during the time when he was at the judiciary. But Maraga can fix one major big problem, respect to the constitution. That is the major challenge that we are facing as a country. So if he becomes the president, he can solve such a kind of a problem. So if Kenyans look at the need of 2027 is purely on the respect for the constitution, Maraga will become the president. But as it stands right now, he does not stand that big chance to become the president of this country. When we go to Matiang'i, Matiang'i, as we speak today, is the most popular within the Gusii region to become the president. Why? First, he has the track record. The track record, which is a big problem in William Ruto's government. William Ruto promises, he does not deliver. But Matiang'i was known to deliver in whatever project. When you see in education, Matiang'i did very well. And of course, ICT. But if he'll become the president of this country, it is not because of the internal security was occupying. It's not because of the ICT. It's because of the education sector, which is streamlined. And that is what we call a track record. So Matiang'i holds that chance to become the president because of the track record. When you go to the financial muscles, Matiang'i created some connections within the Kenyan territory. Why? He has Uhuru Kenyatta, who is a friend to most of billionaires from the Mount Kenya region who can fund this campaign. As we speak today, there are no billionaires in this country except from Mount Kenya who can be able to fund a presidential election. We have not had a billionaire from Nyanza saying, I can fund even an MP. Not easy as that. But billionaires of Central Kenya can decide to fund a presidential campaign because they know how they can benefit from it. So Matiang'i has a good relationship with them. Consider Uhuru Kenyatta, he can link him with some of them and they can be able to fund his campaign. Uhuru Kenyatta himself can fund his campaign. Being the president of the Republic of Kenya, being that he was one, he can be able to source some international connections and be able to fund Matiang'i. So Matiang'i will get the financial support easily. Secondly, Matiang'i will have a support base. The Gusii region itself, with its 2.5 million votes plus, can be able to be pushed forward. That is one. Number two, if Uhuru Kenyatta agree with Rigathi Gachagua, Matiang'i will have a very good starting base as well, which will be the Mount Kenya region. Mount Kenya, that is about 5 million plus votes, plus Gusii, that is 2.5, then it will be able to get Matiang'i to the presidency. Secondly, if Matiang'i stands today for presidency, there are people who need service delivery in this country. And they know very well that Matiang'i can perform. And probably, these people, they form a huge chunk of the Kenyan votes. They can be able to vote for Matiang'i. If you also look on social media, at Mukwa times when I do analysis, most people are saying we want Matiang'i. They want him because of service delivery. Ruto has been lying right, left, and center. He's bringing projects here and there, and he does not. Even when there's no money and when there's money that is stolen. So therefore, Matiang'i stands a chance, the best chance, to get the votes. But if the spirit of 25th June 2024 arises today, Matiang'i cannot become the president. Why? The youth numbers can be able to surpass Matiang'i's support base, both from Mount Kenya or any other part of this country, because the youth form the 75% of the country. And these youths cut across the regions. So if that spirit is revived today, Morara will be the president very early in the morning. Morara will be the president based on his cleanliness, his integrity, based on his fact that he can respect the rule of law, because the major challenge we have is the respect of the rule of law because of the killings, abductions, and also even the expenditure and borrowing that we are seeing in the country that is wasting Kenyans and also making Kenyans to suffer. So in a nutshell, this debate on Matiang'i, Maraga, and Morara, it is so wide, but the fact is, the only thing that can help us is being realistic. So as the Gusii community, I think we need to be united on one candidate. Matiang'i first, he needs to declare himself that he wants the presidency. So he needs to come this year and declare to the Gusii community that I will vie for presidency. From there, the entire Gusii community to be painted the color Matiang'i will want. As a result, it will be a good sign for the rest of the country to support him. We have to always know that even if we want to clean the Kenyan politics as youths, it cannot happen immediately. It's a process, because what the problem we experience right now, it's a process. It started in 1963 until to date. So therefore, we have to be realistic that we are making steps towards cleaning the Kenyan politics, towards proper governance, and the closest person we have, it is Matiang'i. So if it's Matiang'i you can use to be as the first step towards correcting the problems that we have in this country, then let be it Matiang'i. Let's vote for him. Let's see him get to that seat. And I want to finish by saying that, Cyprian, we cannot completely want a perfect person. I know when Matiang'i was in the internal security, so many bad things as well happened. If it is killings, we saw them. And he did not respond the way we expect at that time. And probably that's what could be holding some youths back from voting for him. But however, he has some form of a style of working that makes Kenyans love him. First of all, he uses data a lot, and whatever he does is always sure. And he always speaks sense, and that's what we need. He has never been president of this country but he has been in charge of a docket. That is education, which he did very well. And if you can see in William Ruto's regime, education has completely failed. So if we have Matiang'i coming on board, probably I'm very comfortable that he'll be able to change this country, govern the country more than Ruto 20 times. That is it.
That is it.
Yes.
So for those people who are expecting Morara Kebaso to be the president, you don't think that he will make it?
Actually, Morara, and I want to add to you by telling you this, Morara has a problem that we need to help him. As we speak right now, you can tell from your side, it's not the same Morara we used to have last year.
He has gone missing.
He has gone missing completely. That's what I'm telling you. I saw somewhere people saying he was given 500 million, and because ajasema kwamba zile pesa alichangiwa zimeisha, mchangie mwa anyesheni hizo vitu Ruto anafanya. Si unaona? So the fact is, Morara, and actually let me tell you one simple thing. Morara has not embraced the youths much. Umeona? He's a youth, but he has not moved closer to the youths. He needs to move closer to the youths and have them on board. He does not actually take the youths. You can see he's already reasoning with other leaders more than even the youth leaders in the country. So unaona sasa? Morara is cheeky. Yeah, I can see that.
Anyway, to Team Cyprian, I don't know. What's your suggestion? What's your views? What's your suggestion? We welcome every comment so that we can see, or we can at least see
learn even
yes, we can learn from your comments. So msiogope ku comment. Tunataka pia kujua what's your suggestion, ama wewe mwenyewe unajiuliza wapi Morara Kebaso. Personally, I've been asking myself questions but I have no answer, because the last time we posted, it's the time we said anaenda huko Uhuru Park, of which hawakuenda. He never came up to tell us like what happened. So we have been left in the darkness. We don't know what to do or what to say. But I hope very soon he's going to speak and we welcome him. Anyway, to Team Cyprian, all I can say thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to Mokwa Times. And also, you can tell us the new forum we have started. Are you enjoying or you're not enjoying? You can tell us more topics you want us to discuss. We'll be discussing more topics, especially the topics you love. We are here for you. You are our bosses. And we are ready to do anything you want us to do. Ama niaje Mokwa?
Ndio, but then you touched a point on Uhuru Park. I forgot to touch on it by then. Let me just capture it slightly for 1 minute. Uhuru Park, if it could have gone successful, then this country right now, Ruto could have panicked. And now that it did not go successful, it did not work out, the fact remains that there is a message that was being passed to the public. And I am telling you this, when it comes to Uhuru Park, I doubt Morara a lot. And we can do later on a video on that, on why that kind of a thing did not go through. It was a test that was just being raised by the government. And that's why I'm telling you, right now as we speak, I really doubt Morara Kebaso. I really doubt him a lot. Yeah, I really doubt him. But let me just stop it there for now.
Anyway, thank you so much. See you in our next video. Bye-bye.